Hey guys, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, wherever you are watching this live stream right now. Thank you so much for joining. You're especially welcome to today's YouTube live stream. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory. And sincerest apologies for starting 10 minutes late. We're supposed to start at exactly 5 minutes past 3. But then I'm late. So my sincerest apologies to every single one of you. For those of you who were waiting already, thank you so much for waiting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, there's Floxy here. Hi, Floxy. Ipuneng, hello. Yes, from Botswana. Thank you so much for joining. There's Hetty. Hi. There's Trish Ola. Hi, Trish. Thank you all so much for joining. It's a pleasure having you all here. There's Zamio. Hi. Hi, Zami. It's always a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for joining. There's Hassie Space. Thank you so much for joining, Hassie. Jumoke Faith. Hi. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. There's Theodora. Thank you so much for joining. Hi. Anyways, oh my God. Okay. There's Dolapo. Hi, Dolapo. Hi. Hi. Thanks for joining. Hi, Minazat. Minazat is sending a very, very big hi. 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 I'm happy to see every single one of you here. And today's conversation is gonna be very, very real. I mean, I know all the conversations we have here is very real, but when I say real, um, I'm talking about people sharing like very, very personal, like the most personal experience. All right, and this is reference to Africans who have left their home, their homes, their original place of birth in Africa to other countries in the West, in Europe. All right. Um, while we're having this conversation today, this week was very, very heated on social media, on the Nigerian social media. All right. On the Nigerian social media. I'm going to tell you guys all about it. I don't know if you've seen the story already, but it was very, very major this week. I wanted to do a video about it, but then I thought, no, if I do a video, the video is going to be brief and I will not really express myself the way I want to really express myself on that video. So it's better that we have a proper conversation. I want to hear how you guys feel about this whole drama. All right. So, as you must have seen on my thumbnail already, there's a picture of a young man. That young man is Nigerian. The young man is also a content creator. Now, before this week, I never knew about the existence of that young man. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because, hey, such is life. The world is big. There are lots and lots of people in the world. So you possibly cannot really know everybody at the same time. I mean, there are even public figures that I do not know. I'm here doing YouTube. People don't even know me as well, right? So, yeah, controversies tend to fish people out, right, into public. And that was exactly what happened with that young man, courtesy of him himself. He made it happen himself. So that young man is a content creator, as he calls himself. He recently migrated to the UK. According to people that have done their background checks on him, he was a hustling young man in Nigeria and then found his way to the UK via the JACPA system. Now, for those of you that are not really familiar with the whole JACPA thing in Nigeria, it is a situation of Nigerians who are tired of the system in the country migrating to other parts of the world to seek greener pastures. All right. So what people would normally call migration, migrating to another country, in Nigeria they call it japa. In other words, you are running away from everything that's a negative in Nigeria. Yeah. So this young man, via that same system, left the country. And from background checks on him that people did, they said it's not even up to 9 months that he left Nigeria. And then lo and behold, moved out there. I'm not really sure what he's doing in the UK. I'm not really sure. Some people said that he's actually a student. I am not sure. I don't really know. And to be very frank with you guys, at this point, I don't really care what he does. Yeah. But he's in the UK. And then they said he started creating videos, trying to teach people how to jackpot, how to leave Nigeria to seek greener pastures in the UK, giving them information and tips, which he calls easy and fastest tips, on how to jackpot. Now, what he started doing is nothing new. If you operate on Nigerian Instagram, I call it Nigerian Instagram because you get to see a lot of content from Nigerian creators, right? So if you operate on Nigerian Instagram, you will get to see a lot of Nigerians who have migrated to the UK, especially UK, in fact, UK, Canada, especially. So you see them, they've left the country, they are in the UK or in Canada, and then some of them they've only left 1 week, some of them they've only left 2 weeks, some of them they've only left 1 month. And they begin to create content about how to migrate, what works in the UK, and the way some of these people share such content, it makes you wonder like, okay, you've spent all your life in Nigeria, and then it's just been 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months that you relocated to another country, and automatically you've become the spokesperson for the UK government that knows everything about how to relocate from Nigeria to the UK already. So most of the time, when you see content like that on TikTok, on Instagram, even on Twitter, it gets you really pissed because beneath such content, or let's say in the comment section of such content where they are posted, you will see comments from a lot of people who have actually lived the most part of their adult years in those countries, coming to counter the things that these people are saying. I mean, there are a lot of videos like that. There are a lot of videos like that. And most of the things these people will complain about is what is wrong with you people? You just arrived here and you think you know the system better. Why don't you just chill, learn more? And this learning they're talking about, it's not a learning process that is going to take you just 1 week. You have to live in the country for at least 1 year or even 2 years max for you to really understand the system thoroughly in details, right? So, why am I explaining all of this? Such annoying kind of content is similar to the kind of content that this young man creates, right? Oh, what works best? Oh, if you want to come to the UK as a student, this is what you have to do. If you want to come to the UK as a professional, this is what you have to do. He creates content like that. And then I don't know how it happened, but he got an invite to have an interview with BBC. Yeah, he had an interview with the BBC. Now, one would think that having been given such an opportunity, you would want to make the most of it, right? You would want to leverage on that opportunity to build a strong future for yourself, right? I mean, that's what anybody would think. Imagine I, Gloria Elijah, I'm here today now, and CNN invites me for an interview. Oh my God, I'll be racking my brains on how I would be able to make that interview very, very impactful. And for years to come, people will remember me for that interview. That's what I would be thinking about. But then, lo and behold, this young man, instead of thinking of how to make sense of that interview, that opportunity, this guy goes ahead to open his mouth and spew a lot of trash. Hence the reason Nigerians were upset this week. A lot of Nigerians, or should I call them, a lot of Nigerian netizens were really, really upset this week. They were dragging this young man, they were calling him out, and it became more irritating when he had a Twitter space, he had an Instagram live with certain people, and it seemed as though he was gloating on those spaces. It seemed as though he was so proud of himself. He was so happy, doing what he did. I'm just going to quickly go ahead to play a clip of the interview. I hope I have it here. Let me just quickly check. Let me quickly check. Um, yeah, let me see. Let me check. I just want you guys to see the interview. All right. And I know that this is one way for me to give him publicity, but yeah, whatever. Let him get the shine that he wants to get. So
Overseas
yeah.
students bringing dependents to the UK. It will mean foreign postgraduate students can no longer bring family members with them unless they're studying on specific research programs. The announcement's been made 2 days before official statistics are expected to show net legal migration has hit a record 700,000 this year. Our home editor, Mark Easton, reports.
Lights, a front room in the West Midlands, camera, a YouTuber helping Nigerians come to Britain, and action.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy E to the M.
Among Emdee's hundreds of videos are guides on how to get a student visa to come to the UK.
Because there's new information regarding the student routes to the UK.
Last year, a fifth of international student visas were issued to Nigerians, 120,000 people in total, half of them students, half their dependents. But Emdee believes many are actually coming not for a new qualification, so much as a new life.
So the student thing is not real. It's not like they need the degrees. They need the degree as an access route to come into the country. So a lot of these people get their priorities shifted real fast.
So it's really about getting into the UK.
Exactly.
And then
It's not about the education.
Job, hopefully.
It's not really about the education.
Nigerians have a word for what's going on.
Okay, so what he said in that interview, that was what really got people mad. That was what got people mad. Now, we did not, that was just a snippet of the whole interview. Yeah. According to this young man, he claimed that the interview was for over 30 minutes and then they used it as a feature in their news. And if you are listening to the context of that news, what the newscaster was talking about, we're talking about the influx of illegal immigrants, the influx of Nigerians into their country, to school. Guys, and this whole thing is coming at a time where there's sort of like a new law, banning or restricting Nigerian students from bringing dependents. I don't know how this thing works because I have never really applied to school in the UK before. I don't know how it really works. But when that news came up, a lot of people were really sad about it, right? Because most Nigerians, they love migrating to the UK. They want to school or do business or do whatever they want to do, especially those people that want to jackpot. Now, what he said in that interview, it's not like it's false. I mean, hey, these are conversations that we have every other day. These are conversations that people have every time on social media. What he said, it's not like it's actually a lie. It's not a lie. But then, what was the point making such admissions on such a big platform, dragging Nigerians through the gutters? For what exactly? That's just my problem with that interview. For what exactly? For what exactly? If you had heard what he said most of the degrees that the Nigerian people are coming to get from the UK, it's not like they actually need it. And so what? Are Nigerians the only people that relocate to other countries for something else other than education? I'm not talking about illegally now, I'm talking about legally. Because even this education you're talking about, I hope you guys know that education is not cheap in the UK. At least even though I have never applied, I have heard stories of people, I have watched videos of Nigerian content creators who are schooling in the UK that have talked about the school fees, those especially that do not have scholarships. I've seen videos. It's not cheap. We're talking about millions and millions of naira. In dollars, it's thousands and thousands of dollars. In pounds, hectic. So it's not like Nigerians are just going there as charity cases to meet the UK government to beg for free education. No, it's not. It's not free education. If you ask me, I will proudly tell you that Nigerians going to the UK to even study, it's an investment for them and for the UK government. Because they are going to contribute to the UK economy. It's not cheap. This education it's not cheap. So yeah, what he said, it's not like it's a lie. But my problem with that interview is the the necessity of it? What was the need to even open your mouth and wow? And if you even look at his facial expression, you look at his gesticulations, in my frank opinion, this guy just looks like he was begging for favors. He just looked desperate. He just looked like, oh, I'm that one Nigerian out of the millions of Nigerians in Nigeria that is in your country. Oh, please, I hope this interview will favor me. Let me open my mouth and say what is going to go viral, what is going to go crazy. It was just so freaking ridiculous. I put out a tweet and I called him a little Uncle Tom. A very, very tiny little Uncle Tom. And it was so irritating when he had the opportunity to have conversations with people on Twitter and on Instagram. And this guy was just sounding so freaking arrogant about it. He was sounding so arrogant. 1 minute he would say, oh, I'm sorry. The next minute he would say, it's not like I should be apologizing for what I did. What I said is the truth. I am an agent. I help people to come to the UK. You need to listen to the terrible lies that people tell just to get admission into these schools. They don't need the admission. And Nigerians, the first people that actually use other methods to get what they actually want when relocating to other countries, because it sounds very dumb to me. I'm sorry, but that guy sounded very, very dumb in that interview. Whatever his name is, it sounded very dumb. What is he looking for? Crumbs of attention. And guys, you know another funny part? After that interview, everything, all the nonsense he was spewing on Twitter, this guy literally went onto Twitter and he was beating his chest and he was excited about it. And for him, he was so happy that his channel on YouTube was gaining traction. He was excited that people were checking out his account on Twitter. I mean, the thing, you know, in Nigeria, they call it the shakam. The thing was just, he was getting overly excited about all the attention that he was getting on social media because of the poop he pooped on BBC. He was very, very excited about it. Tosi said he will come for me. I invite him to come freely. My punching gloves are waiting for him readily. Because that was very, very dumb. That was very, very dumb. And it's really pissing me off because the stunt he pulled, all the nonsense he did, I would tell you, I will speak from the perspective of a content creator why he did what he did. I know why he did what he did, and I will tell you. For clout, I'll go into details about that. But let's talk about his reaction. His reaction on social media, you could tell that he was so excited that, hey, in my life, like, I'm talking about what I could read from his countenance. It was like, oh my God, in my life, I've never gotten this kind of attention before. Hey, people are talking about me. People are talking about me. Even though they are dragging me. Child is sweeting me. That was how excited he looked. Like one tiny little Jerry that they threw inside one big pond of cheese. And it's like, people are calling your name on Twitter. You are trending, 40K trending. And you're like, the thing was sweeting the mother. Let me not even use swear words. And then it was forming, oh my God, the negativity is too much. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Shut the hell up. I say, the negativity is too much. Like, this guy sounded like a clown on social media, via his tweets, via his posts on Instagram, everywhere. He was looking and sounding like a freaking clown. 1 minute he's talking about, okay, I'm sorry. I want to apologize. And then the next minute, he's talking about, oh, I know I shouldn't even be apologizing for what I did. I shouldn't even be apologizing. Now, on one of those spaces, they advised him to go and apologize. And I'm thinking, apologize for what exactly? Dude, you did not lie. But common sense did not tell you that BBC, in the mix of all of this drama, all of this chaos that is trying to sort of ruin the dreams of people that have had their jackpot plans in check for the longest time, you just literally used to open your tiny mouth. Whether his mouth is even small or big, I don't know. You just opened your mouth and then you messed up people's plans. All for what? 1 minute of fame on BBC. 1 minute of fame. So yeah, they told him, go and apologize. And he said, yes, he will apologize. And then guess what he did? Now, this is the part where I'm going to speak from the point of view of a content creator. This guy goes ahead to create a long video. I think that video was over 2 minutes. He went and posted it on his YouTube channel. And guess what? He posted a snippet of the video on Twitter. Guys, I am really, really sorry. I would have posted the video of the apology here, but it gets me really irritated every time I see it. He put the video and then he was directing people to his YouTube page that they should go and see the remaining parts of the apology. Do you know why he did that? As a content creator, let me tell you, before this whole drama started, I checked out this guy's page on YouTube. He wasn't really getting a lot of subscribers. He didn't really have a lot of subscribers. His videos were not necessarily getting the traction, the kind of traffic he wanted. So all of this nonsense he did was to push his channel. Yeah. It was to push his channel. It was for him to make more money. So for me, I do not think the apology was actually genuine. I don't think it was genuine. I don't think he meant it. I think this whole thing for him was just an opportunity to get fame, an opportunity to grow his social media accounts. But then this boy, I think I'm going to have to call him a boy. This boy forgets something. That in a space like social media, not just in Nigeria, but everywhere, in a space like social media, there's no way or anywhere that one person will be dragged for 1 full year. Nah, doesn't happen. The fame you get on social media, especially when you go viral for something very, very dumb and stupid, if that fame lasts for 1 week, then it means your case was very strong. If you trend for 1 week, it means maybe people are really interested in you. But what he forgets is stupidity on social media, it has to be continuous for you to stay viral. It's one thing to go viral. It's one thing to trend. It's another thing to stay trending. You have to continue looking for more stupid things to do or more amazing things to do. It's either or both. It's either you're extremely smart. Yeah, it's either you're extremely smart and you are creating value, you're making impact, and it's that impact you're making is making you trend. Look at Hilda Basi. Hilda Basi trended for 4 days, and that was because on those 4 days, it was a continuous thing that she was doing. She was doing great. She was hell-bent on breaking the Guinness World Record. So she kept on at it for 4 days. Here's the reason she was trending for 4 days. Go on Twitter now, go on Instagram and check for Hilda Basi. She's not trending anymore. Her time to trend is gone. And I'm telling you that when Hilda Basi is going to trend again on social media is when Guinness announces their verdict, whether she won or not. Whether she wins or not, she's going to trend when Guinness announces the verdict. That's to tell you that it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you do, whether it makes sense or whether it's dumb. If it is virality you're looking for, if it is trending you are looking for, you will get it, but it's not going to last. What is going to last is what people will remember you for. People will think like, oh, I mean, the next time people will think about you, are they going to remember you for that smart thing you did? Or are they going to remember you for being a traitor to your own people? Because that guy, in my frank opinion, I just felt like he was just a traitor, a desperate, hungry, attention-seeking traitor. They're going to be crying. No, you come and be forming crocodile remorse. Nah, oh my God, guys, I was so disgusted, so disgusted, so disgusted. And then some people are trying to make a case for him. They are saying that, why are Nigerians upset that every day on social media we downgrade our country, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, the fact that people have conversations about matters arising in Nigeria does not mean that we're downgrading Nigeria. Nigeria is not the only country on Twitter. Nigeria is not the only country that trends on all the social media platforms. When things happen in people's country, certain platforms provide that space for self-expression. Certain platforms provide that room for people to vent. Some people see these things and then they are looking for groups, for spaces where they can actually vent, forget their emotions. There's absolutely nothing wrong about it. How they do it actually matters though, but there's nothing wrong in people wanting to express how they feel. And thank God for spaces like YouTube where we're having live streams like this. Thank God for places like Twitter where they have Twitter space where people can actually vent. There's nothing wrong with that. So people trying to make a case for him, saying that what he did was not wrong. I'm like, no, really. If you understand how much people have put in a lot of work into planning their move, then you wouldn't be saying he didn't do anything wrong. For me, I just felt like that was just a huge platform that he wrongly utilized. Spreading across social media, Twitter especially as well, was another video of a Nigerian medical doctor. Now, these same questions that were asked to this boy, the same questions that were asked to this boy, but in a very different way. Like it was the same question, but this BBC people, these newscasters, journalists, they are they're very, very intelligent people. They'll ask you the same question, but they're going to twist the question. So this guy was asked the same questions, but they twisted the questions. And guess what this guy said? I wish I could. That video was quite lengthy, so I couldn't just put it on here. The response this guy gave, because the journalist kept on, hammering on, the fact that Nigerians, they keep on relocating to the UK, that just this year alone they have over 1 million Nigerians in the UK. That what about the economy? The guy was just talking, and guess what? This medical doctor, this Nigerian medical doctor, a young man at that, who is probably about the same age as this boy, he made a strong case for Nigerians. Now, yes, Nigerians, they come to the UK, but they're also adding to the economy. And also, Nigerians are family-oriented people. You want to relocate, probably as a father. You have kids, you have a wife. You want to be a part of your kids' life as they grow up. So you think it wouldn't really make sense, to abandon them in Nigeria whilst you're over there in the UK, doing your time in school. So you bring them along with you. And guys, people actually think relocating your whole family, your entire family to the UK is actually cheap. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not cheap. I don't know how much it costs for different countries, but it is not cheap. I'll give you guys just a simple example. In 2019, I started planning my own Japa thing. I was going to relocate to Canada. I had done, did I do IELTS? I think, yeah, I did IELTS. And I passed very well. I passed my IELTS exam very well. And then I already started the process. I sent my credentials to WES, WES. I sent it already. But then it came to the money part. That was the time I was still doing my 9 to 5 job. It came to the money part. How much did I need at that time? In 2019, I needed 5 million naira. Yeah, I needed 5 million naira. And the 5 million naira I needed at that time, I needed to buy flight tickets. I needed to pay for this. I needed to pay for that. I needed to pay for things. So I needed just 5 million naira, just 5 million naira. And then I had not even started thinking about the blocked account. The blocked account, how much did they say I needed to put inside that account? I think at that time it was 3.5 million. This is just for me. Now, when I was going through that process, I saw clearly that people who had dependents, their money was higher than mine. Yes, their money was higher than mine, because what they are doing is they are calculating the cost of upkeeping for each person, right? Pending when, because I wasn't going there as a student, my plan was to relocate there as a professional and then I start working or something. So they were calculating all of these things, because for them, you're not just going to relocate to their country and then you're going to stay homeless. When you get there, you will rent an apartment, or maybe you stay in an Airbnb, or you stay in an hotel. You're going to feed yourself and your family. Guys, these things are not cheap. So imagine the number of people that have been planning for this process for the longest time. And then the UK government, they bring out that law restricting Nigerian students, bringing independence, right? And then it was as if they were trying to make a case for themselves as to why they brought out that law. And then they had that interview with this boy, this big head, a bit small head. They had an interview with him. And then it was like they were looking for more reason to solidify their reasons. And then he went there and opened his mouth, wow, like one big toilet. And it was just so ridiculous, so annoying. And then I went back to check his channel and I realized that he had actually gained a lot of subscribers from this whole, from all this whole wahala. And I was just laughing. I'm like, wow, mission accomplished for him. At the end of the day, it was all about the clout. At the end of the day, that guy did not give out that interview for social change because I listened to some of those spaces he has, some of the conversations he had, and he was trying to make it look like he was doing Nigerians a favor by having that interview. And I'm like, bro, you call yourself a very, very intelligent person. You call yourself an impactful individual. How is it that you did not know that when you give such an interview to any media house, they don't give an actual F about all the ramblings of your intelligence. No, what they would pick on is that thing that's going to draw them more traffic. It's a business at the end of the day. It's a business, it's politics. And then you now carried yourself with all the sense that you think you have in the world. You now presented yourself as a pawn to be used. If we're even going to go extreme self, let's just say you now presented yourself as a subservient Uncle Tom, to your colonial masters to use you against your people, and you say you have sense. Let me just quickly go ahead and drop this link to you guys. If you want to speak, please just click on the link and share with me. I mean, the question here is, are you in agreement with what this man said during his interview, or do you think he did not utilize the opportunity well? Just go ahead and click on the link and you'll be able to speak. Okay. Hi, Queen.
Hello, my love.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let me give you a brief history.
Okay.
I've been in America for 20 years. I was raised here. I came here when I was 8. I was
Mm-hmm.
raised here most of my life. And when I tell you, as much as I love my country, Nigeria, I love my country, I support my country, I go back as often as I want to go. When I tell you Nigerians abroad do the most,
Ah,
I don't
sis.
think you I don't think you understand. But it's not even the ones that have been here the longest that do the most. It's the ones that just got here. Because why in the hell would you've only been in the UK for 9 months. Carry camera. First of all, I think the greatest mistake in this life is giving Nigerians, I've noticed, giving them podcasts and platforms to spill rubbish.
It's so annoying.
Because it seems like when you put on your podcast, put on the ring light, you just, because I've been seeing like a lot of things on social media these days. I'm like, are you mad? Why are you saying this? Are you okay? But whatever, Sha. But let me tell you something. It baffles my mind why you haven't even been to the UK. You haven't lived there for years. You now carry yourself. Go to BBC. You sure did nonsense. I don't even know how he got there. I don't care. You now went to go and talk about the immigration issues. You went to go obviously I want everybody that wants to jackpot out of Nigeria to jackpot from Nigeria. But that you see that bastard, you could have stayed in Nigeria because you're mad. Because what you did, because let me tell you something, and this is why people ask all the time why America and Canada don't open up their borders for people. This is exactly why. Because
Crazy.
now, no, now, mark my words, in a few months, UK is gonna start doing interviews. Maybe they want to do an interview before. You were just processing your thing, minding your own
Mm.
business. Obviously, you think. Let me tell you something. You think abroad they don't know that immigrants generate the most money for them and the most income for them? Yes, it
Think
does.
so.
But my thing is that they know all these things. You're supposed to do your fuckery. Let me. No, I don't want to demonetize you. You're supposed to do your nonsense in peace and quiet. Uncle, you went to go and be
Exactly.
blabbing your mouth. You went to go and blab in your mouth. Okay, did it? Everybody knows the marriage route. I'll get to that in a minute. Everybody knows the marriage route. Everybody knows the
Mm-hmm.
student route. I mean, it's easier to get to UK than America and Canada, but everybody knew the route. You did not have to tell them. Obviously, they know that most of the marriages that people come and form love is fraud, but everybody is just
Mm-hmm.
turning an eye. But no,
Mm-hmm.
Uncle just said, no. My own must be different. I must talk. I must open my mouth. Now you're messing up the chances for the rest of them because people cannot bring their family anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason? What was the reason? Just
It
like
was
here in
just so
abroad.
irritating.
You see, that's not even thing. Uncle, let me leave Uncle very well. Let me now come for Americans abroad. First of all, let me tell you something. I have never seen a more entitled, and somebody said in the comments, I'm glad a lot of people said it. A lot of people said in the comments that India's plenty for UK, plenty for America. All of these other ethnicities, plenty. But you know what? The ones that do the absolute most are Nigerians. Why must we always
Love
be the
it.
one? It is quite frustrating because let me tell you something. They are the ones. No, please let me give you scenarios because me I love scenarios to prove a point. You come to America, you don't have papers, you did school, you did everything. Somebody you now found a girl to do papers for you. You found a girl to do papers for you. You now have the audacity to not carry her to Nigeria while you went to go and do your wedding. And then she
Ah,
found out about it. Go here, now listen to me. You got papers. You had Akata do papers for you. You now went to Nigeria, carry the same Akata to Nigeria. Went to go and do your freaking wedding. Akata found out, destroyed you. You're not saying village people, not go better for you. Are you mad?
hey.
No, these are the things that are happening. It's like I feel like Nigerians, I would say to anybody that's listening on this platform, if you want to jackpot, may you jackpot and be grateful and get your papers wherever you go. But your Nigerians need to start acting correctly. Because if you're gonna do nonsense, do it properly and do it with your full chest correctly. Why the hell? No, these are the things that happen, Glorio. This guy is not the only one. I'm actually glad you brought this topic. God will bless you because I have a lot to say about the immigration process that these Nigerians are doing. Like you're doing complete nonsense. You're going to Nigeria to go and be with your wife while your side chick or your wife, your second wife, the one that America actually acknowledges is in a hotel, and you think she's not gonna find out?
Hmm. Now,
And then
wow.
also, I need this new trend of nonsense. You've gotten to the UK, so you want to know that. I feel like, let me say something. The greatest downfall of Nigeria will be social media because I'm starting to see that people like attention. And attention will kill everybody that has attention that not using it properly. Because you go to the UK, you go to Canada, you go to that is when you now decide that the destiny that God gave you was to be a new what's it called? To be an influencer. Influencer
Content
is so new.
creator.
Content creator is so new. You will now go on social media, talk about the routes that you used to come to the US. Motherfucker, we fucking know. Shut up. You don't have to say it. You don't have to say it. There's a lot of things you don't have to say because when Donald Trump was really hard on immigration, people were just like, go better for him. But the man was seeing all of these things. And I don't even agree with the dummy. But you get the concept. Like, why must our own be different?
You
Always.
get.
Always. Now, Uncle, you're sitting here. First of all, and that's another thing you people need to understand. I want you to understand something. What Uncle just did, right? Because America and abroad, they like to support nonsense. What he just did now, he did it on purpose. And I will shall I hear what he did for you. There's something called asylum. Asylum is basically you will not complain to the government, but help me, somebody's trying to kill me, help me,
Yeah.
I'm in a dangerous predicament. So if this uncle,
Yes.
this or their uncle now gets citizenship or permanent residence, it is highly possible because now all he has to do is package himself and his family. He doesn't want other people's family to succeed though. He wants his own family to succeed though. And he will now package it and be like, oh, help me. I am being, what's it called? Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
I am
Thinking.
being, what's it called? I am being
I'm being
bullied.
threatened.
I am being threatened, and they will give it to him. But the other people you're messing up the opportunity for, you don't feel bad for them.
Yeah,
Niger,
Queen.
Niger,
Queen,
huh?
what you just said is spot on because I saw an Instagram live he had with someone, and he was laughing. You know where you are not remorseful at all about what you
You're
did.
not
He was
remorseful
looking
because
arrogant.
he
And do you
knew
know what he
one
was
thing.
saying? He was saying that, oh my God, the negativity is too much. The toxicity is too much. I'm like, this guy should just faint.
What's it called? What's it called? I knew what Uncle was doing. I knew what Uncle was doing. But at the end of the day, my I've always said that if you get into America, wherever you get into it, but don't mess it up for the rest of them. Don't mess up for the rest of them.
Exactly.
Nigerians have messed up marriages in America now. If you go for an immigration interview, they are basically grilling you like you're a criminal because you people don't messed it up. Is it only us? Is it only us? It is quite ridiculous, actually. It is ridiculous. And then Uncle would that be no. Okay, if you want to create contact to a sense. Talk about your day, your school life, everything that nobody really cares about. But for some reason, joblessly, I will watch it. No, you not want to destroy people's plans. People are, what's it called? Because there was already an issue in the UK. There was already an issue in the UK because there's so much Nigerians in the UK, so much foreigners in the UK. They were trying to start deporting. Now you're giving them a reason why they need to do it.
Exactly.
Just messing up.
Exactly.
And then you're going to the UK. Y'all people think, let me make something clear to you today. You think the UK taking out their interview, they did not have sense when they were doing it. No, they want your money because UK, most people that live in the UK gun stuff are barely surviving. So you don't sit here and tell me you have gold. But what's it called? My greatest prayer for people is if you get to the UK, do your own thing. Find a way to get to a different country, Canada, America, everything. But it's ridiculous. And I'm so tired of Nigerians. Nigerians do better. Do better. You're messing up for people with your stupidity, with your no, because African Americans, they get to smarter. These ones that have, you might see. That was how one of them, glory, plenty story day. I'll go come back because I have to just you properly. Somebody, this
Oh
man
my God.
completely played this African American girl that was doing papers for him. What did the girl do? She packaged all his lies, sent it to immigration. They took his citizenship for him. Nobody's above suffering, no. Do everything with sense. They're not doing because
Wow.
they bring the scamminess and the cunningness of Nigeria. Oh, I can get away with this, that. You bring it abroad. Why do you think politicians don't want Nigeria to be great and rule like abroad? Because you have to follow rules. In America, in abroad, nobody cares if your papa get money or not. You are equal.
Hmm.
Now you come here, you want to be doing what's it called? I've had somebody tell me before, oh, I'm a medical doctor in Nigeria. Okay, welcome to America. You are a Walmart greeter. You are collecting my paper. What is my problem with that?
Hmm.
If you were so great in
True.
Nigeria, why are you coming to America for a better life?
Exactly.
People need to do better. It's not everything you say. I understand that once you reach abroad, once you get the fresh breeze that Nigeria was not giving you, you start to shake. You start to shake and be like, I must be an influencer. It's not everybody's calling because half of you that say something, you are talking stupidly.
Ah, God, that interview was just very irritating. The way the guy was so eager to explain himself, shalaye, I'm like, bro, close your wide mouth for a second. This guy was just, it's not like they need the certificate, though. They don't need it, though. And they asked him, and he said it again. Yes, they don't need it. I'm like, did this guy
He
lose his
knew.
senses before going
He
for the
knew.
interview?
I'm trying to tell you, he knew what he was doing. In America, America supports nonsense. Abroad supports nonsense. If a
Oh
wife,
God.
if the husband beats the wife, oh okay, you get citizenship, you get. It's a lot of nonsense. Like there's no. The boy knows what he was doing. He wants to stay, and he probably wants to stay, and he's doing asylum. Asylum might take a long time. It takes a long time, but in that whole time, he would be legal in the country. He can do until they say yes to him. Just like remember that case, remember this case of the organ donor of the that senator and his wife that took somebody else's child.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
boy will
yeah.
get asylum. He's the perfect candidate for asylum
He was
because
already crying for it.
he was already crying for it now. And that story, you must bring that story because we gotta talk about that. Because I think the boy, I'm pretty sure the boy knew what he was doing. But
Oh my God.
it's a lot of
Crazy.
things. It's a lot of things, and I'm sick and tired of it. Like, don't mess it up for the. I want everybody to come here. But when I tell you, I don't think you understand, Glory. People are like Nigerians are very arrogant and abroad, and it's not the ones that have been here for long. It is the ones that just got here. You can't talk to them. People will come into my office. They'll be looking at me like, "Oh, I need to speak to you," and I'm just like, "Who are you talking to? Who are you talking? This is not Nigeria. You have to behave accordingly." They don't want to. They think they're above the law, they're above rules. They think they can just be manipulative. It doesn't work like that. And we're not the only country migrating, but we're the ones that we hear about all the time. If you look at Insta blog or what's it called, just over everybody, we're the ones always getting arrested. Is it only us?
I think that's even conversation for another day because that one on its own, it's annoying, and I have a truckload of things to say. I have a truckload of things to say, but for me, I just felt like this boy, it was not in his place. He chose to be that Judas Iscariot that went to
It was
throw.
not in his place.
It was
And
not in his place at all, at all.
because people don't understand something. And this is why I tell people to be careful. In abroad, whatever you do, you are being monitored.
Mm-hmm.
You are being monitored. You think he was the first video that they saw? The reason why they called you my boy was because you said the word agent. You are a agent. You process for
Mm-hmm.
them. So they called you because you obviously you knew a lot about it. People come to America. No, first of all, no, let's think about it. And I love what you said about that doctor that spoke brilliantly. People migrate to different countries with their family for multiple reasons, for a
Mm-hmm.
better life that Nigeria cannot provide. Instead, Uncle started opening. It's not his village people, it is him. Oh, I am tired. People need to leave village people alone. At this point, I always tell people, in this point, the devil doesn't have to do much because this world is truly evil. What he just did is pure evil.
Hmm.
The
You know,
devil be
Queen, yeah,
getting blamed for
you
a
are so
lot of
right.
things.
You're so right because what you mentioned about him getting monitored moving forward, I strongly believe that because this boy, to show you, I'm sorry, but I have to say it. I've been fighting the urge to call him stupid, but I have to call him stupid to show you how stupid this guy is. Yeah, on those spaces he had, the Twitter space, the IG live, because he was sounding arrogant and like he was bragging. He was like, okay, to show that he's truly sorry and he wants to apologize. He's going to sponsor 5 people, like he's going to help 5 people to process their relocation to the UK for free, that they're not going to pay agent fee. And I'm like, stupid human being. The same thing you went to go and tell BBC about Nigerians not necessarily needing a certificate, is that not the same method you want to use to process these people's papers? And you think they're not going to check you out as well? You know, someone that thought that he actually has sense. The guy, he just carried empty brain. Honestly, I just like this guy just carries empty brain and was very, very braggish about it. Nah, he's crazy. Really, he's crazy. Oh, yeah, someone is saying here that the guy even said that he has helped people to lie on their CVs. So, meaning he's also implicating himself without even knowing it, all for fame, all for clout. He wants to be seen as that one brave Nigerian that was able to say what most Nigerians will not be able to say on BBC. Oh, yes, I am the emperor, the conqueror. not knowing that he's also indirectly implicating himself. Anyways, let me quickly move on to Chigozie. Thank you so much, Queen. If you want to come back, please come back. Let's carry on with this conversation. Hi, Chigozie.
Hello, good afternoon.
Chigozie, you are welcome. You're especially welcome. And I'm happy you are here because you have just finished your course in the UK. Please tell me how you feel about this big head.
Okay, first of all, I must give Queen her flowers. Actually, she said majority of the things that most of us that wanted to say, but I have some things to say. The truth is
Mm-hmm.
that if anyone feels that it is easy to go to abroad and go and study and do school, let the person try it because it takes a whole lot of commitment. It takes a whole
Mm-hmm.
lot of strength. It takes a whole lot of energy. It takes a whole lot of courage to actually do that. To actually start school afresh actually start school again in a fresh
Wow.
country. It's not easy.
Wow.
I will begin from the five going to his case. First of all, because in Nigerian schools, what is obtainable in most cases, let me not generalize, it's students actually paying their way through school.
Hmm.
But here is not obtainable at all at all. You must put in the hard work, you must put in the
Hmm.
effort. If you fail a
Hmm.
course, you are rewriting that course. You
Hmm.
fail it the second time, you are paying another set of school fees, or you go.
Wow. Wow.
When you want to submit your essays, mostly in most schools in other countries, let me just not generalize, you see students doing copy and paste. But here, you cannot do it.
Hmm.
When you want to submit your work, you have two persons you are going to face. You have to face a software. They call it Turnitin. And then
Oh
you are going
yes,
to
yes,
face,
I'm familiar.
yes, you're going to face the lecturer who will mark the script. And after the
Hmm.
lecturer finish marking the script, there will be like a panel that will sit and decide, did the lecturer do right or the lecturer didn't do right.
Hmm.
When you go to Stonington, it's very, very, because for me, when I came, I was shocked. Like the software will go and tell you exactly where you copied that thing, word for word,
Hmm.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you
True.
find yourself, you are reading through your work, you are trying to create an original document from an
Hmm.
original existing document also. So for me, when I was seeing my dissertation, I was given we are told that we are going to write 20,000 words.
Wow.
Glory. For 3 months, that was the most I told you I was not active on your channel.
Yeah, I noticed your
I
absence
was
here.
I was drained. I was drained. Sometimes I have sleepless nights. If I open my video now, you see that I have eye patches, which I'm still trying to
Hmm.
clear down because most of those nights I slept, I didn't sleep. I was trying to do it. And someone will come and open his mouth and say that, oh, that Nigerians don't really need certificate.
Yeah.
Most of us need it. For me personally,
Hmm.
I know I'm taking long, but please just give me this other because I told you I want to vent. I
Hmm.
tried after my BSc, I tried doing masters in the country. Unfortunately, things were not really going as I wanted because I was tending to go into like going to lecturing or into my business, both lecturing and into my business, and I needed that degree, that master's degree for it. Unfortunately, it was not going. So I paused a while, went into work, and then now decided, okay, let me further my education abroad since the country is not working. That was how I
Hmm.
got here. So that aside, I want to talk about all those relocation bloggers. Those ones, I attack them. I will say I'm the number one enemy because whenever I come, I'll tell them, guy, what you are saying is wrong. Why are you saying this? Well, some people will say, oh, easiest way to migrate without proof of fault. This one, this one.
Eh.
I'm like, sometimes I just get tired. Like, if you check, the person just arrived, just like Queen said, the person just arrived 2 weeks or 1 month ago, and
Hmm.
he or she's now saying, oh, I can show you ways to migrate to UK. I'm like, dude, girl, stop. You don't actually know how this process is work. And the thing is that I told them that I don't want somebody that she uses clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
will paint give one caption like that, and you'll be tempted to go into that channel to watch. And if you watch it, it's completely rubbish from A to Z.
Mm-hmm.
So you see that
Mm-hmm.
most of these things are some of the things that are compounding the issues for us. Just like we say, Nigerians too, they do. Certainly, I agree with that. Because I will come to them and tell you that you are not doing this right. Stop this thing you are doing. That is, some of them will block, some of them block me. At the point I just stop. If I open my YouTube, I'll like see them at the point. I just have to like shut down those notifications from coming to my channel. So it's not actually right. And also, I wanted to like people who go to abroad. Most people seek for greener pastures. Most people go to abroad for education because they really need that education. It's not everybody that just wakes up one day. Like you said, you try to process it, you see the funds required. We are not doing it for free.
Mm-hmm.
We pay a lot to do that. We pay a lot to do that. And someone who is paying a lot of money to do that will not just. The thing is that you cannot just wake up one day and commit an amount of money towards
Mm-hmm.
an education you don't need. It's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming to the MD guy, sometimes I'm resisting the urge to insult him,
Ha.
but I will
No.
say he was not wise at all. He was given a bait, as in there was a trap set for him, and he fell into that trap completely.
True.
My problem was that okay, you did something wrong. Admit that you did something wrong. He that night he opened a Twitter space and was ranting. At the point I just commented that he tried to apologize. I told you that I commented something. Your apologies are not sincere. You
They're
are not
not.
remorseful for what you did. And then he came the following morning and started doing Instagram live with Daddy Freeze. I'm like, you're compounding issues for yourself. And then he now posted a video on Twitter and now said, link to my YouTube channel.
That was the
Personally,
part that broke my head.
I said personally, me, I'm not clicking on that link. He said that the video is too long. It cannot contain on his Twitter. Me, I've been on Twitter. I've watched videos on Twitter that are up to 10 to 15 minutes long.
Of course. He
The
knows what
apology,
he was doing.
the apology, how long is it going to? Is it going to last up to 15 minutes? And someone is telling me that the video is too long, he couldn't post it on Twitter. I'm like I like say, it's just clickbait to just get his channel. And the thing is that sometimes some people don't actually realize the after effects of their action. You know, one thing in this country is that for every work I've um for me, when I started work, I did a course, confidentiality, about being confidential and privacy, like maintaining privacy or maintaining privacy,
Mm.
like you are not supposed to like expose some certain documents to people, all those kind of things, like some a course relating to privacy. And then he goes to do this kind of thing. He doesn't know the after effect. If at all a company that will employ him tomorrow want employ him will want to look back, because one thing with UK is that before they employ you, they must first of all do a background check on you. Once they put his name on
Mm-hmm.
Google and all those things come out, they'll watch it, definitely they'll watch it. And
Hmm.
then I was like, wow. So if I thought I would employ this person tomorrow, this is the kind of thing he's going to do. He's going to go like review some of the secrets or some confidential documents of our
Mm.
company to another company, or he could just
Mm.
say it appropriately like that. So most people think is that people are not, some persons are not actually wise when they're saying something, because I saw the interview of that other person that is a doctor. Dr. Emeka is his name.
Yes.
When the presenter asked him, told him that are they migrating from poor economies, the guy is told him, point of correction. They are not poor economies, they are developing economies.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this was the same question they asked this guy, and he
Hmm.
turned it upside down. I'm
Open
like,
his
no,
mind.
no. The thing is that, just like Queen said, that someday, sometime soon, they may bring up tell people to come and be doing interview for them to get visa into UK. It's very possible. And please, I want to correct something just before I go. It's not
Hmm.
only Nigerian students that we are banned from bringing dependents. It's foreign national students. If you are not a citizen of their
Okay.
country, if you are relocating from another country, as from January 2024, you can no longer bring dependents. And that applies to BSc and master's degree. It's only
Hmm.
PhD that you can actually bring dependents. Some people are saying that MSc research courses you can bring, but me, I'm not sure. I can't talk. I can't comment on that. But what I know is that they said BSc, MSc, you cannot bring
Hmm.
your dependents. Only PhD students can, and it's not just only
Hmm.
Nigerian students because once I opened Instagram, Twitter, everyone said Nigerian student, and I
Yeah.
kept on correcting. It's not only Nigerian students, it's foreign students. They used to what they didn't because if you go to UK website, they didn't say Nigerian students, they says overseas students,
Oh, okay.
which comprises like everybody who is not a citizen of their country. It is only
Hmm.
blocks in Nigeria that are carrying it up and down and say that, oh, it's Nigerian, is that only Nigerians. And the thing is that they're selling it out to people like that. People
Hmm.
may think, other countries may think that, oh, it is because of Nigerians that they shut
Hmm.
this thing down. It's creating a bad impression out there. And before you know it,
Hmm.
this kind of thing that happened in South Africa once attacking Nigerians will start happening outside again. God
Yeah,
forbid
that's what it
it
means.
doesn't
Yeah.
happen because people are
Hmm.
like putting like the brain that it's Nigerians that caused it. Nigerians are the one that bringing it too much center. That but if you Indians, Pakistans, all these people, all these country people, they bring dependents. It's just that we shalaye too much. Let me use that word. We know
Hmm.
how to shalaye too much. So
True.
that is it from my own end. I don't use. I'm just very very angry at him. Then I want to tell you, I finished my certificate arrived, so I've signed up from school.
Congrats. Congratulations, Chigozie. I'm so happy
Thank
for
you.
you that you're done with the stress for now and you're moving on to bigger things in your life. And thank you so much for the clarity here. As you rightly said, when information is spread like that on social media spaces, it just goes viral. And sometimes it's all mixed. You don't know which one is the right one and which one is the wrong one. You have to go and do your own research properly. So thank you so much for the clarity.
All right, see ya.
All right. All right. We're gonna quickly move on to Naima. Hi.
Hi, baby. How are you?
Well, I don't know how I am yet.
Yeah, what's wrong? What?
This guy was just so annoying this
I
week. You know,
know.
you've just been angry all week and you just want to vent, and that's what we're doing here today. But I'm glad you're
Yeah,
here. How are
I
you?
I'm fine, thank you. So actually, my Instagram got hacked. So yeah, so
Continue.
yeah, it was hacked
Yeah.
sometime last month. I just created another one, but it's hard. I just tried to get the first thing I went for was Insta blog, and I searched Tunde Ednot. I needed to stay online with the Nigerian news.
Hmm.
But this guy's own was
Welcome
just
back.
way overboard, and like I could relate. I couldn't really relate, but I could understand the thing with us Nigerians. Why is it that Nigerians in diaspora all over the world, we just like to overdo? Like glory, it's exhausting. And I keep asking people whenever we have a group conversation, like, are we the only ones? Why did they not interview? Why did they not interview an Indian or a Pakistani? You get what I mean? Why did it have to be a
Hmm.
Nigerian?
Yeah.
Since this lady who just went now clarified that it's all international students. I mean, they could have used someone else as a scapegoat, but it just had to be our own. You know, Dubai hasn't been issuing visa to Nigerians. Now it's almost
Nice.
1 year. Yeah.
I
So
know.
a lot of
I actually
people,
tried last year too. That was that.
hmm,
Yeah, true.
so a lot of people from here are going to the UK. So they do like nursing courses and then they go. And let me tell you something, living abroad is very depressing and very lonely, because for someone like me who don't really, I'm not a big on kind of person when it comes to money or making money. I just want to be happy and be around my loved ones. It's
Mhm.
lonely. Maybe that's why the UK opens space for you to travel with your family, because they understand that this space can be lonely. Do you get what I mean? I spoke to a
Mm-hmm.
friend who used to stay in the UK. She's currently in Nigeria now, and I was like, this whole thing going on, what? People are leaving because my visa also expires like next year. So I was like, just planning ahead. And she's like, if you're thinking about the UK, don't even go there because it's lonely, it's depressing, and if it's just work, it probably might not be for you. So what these people did and what this guy have done is not only ruin our name as Nigerians, it's also stripped people of that thing called family. Because
Mm-hmm.
these people, they know that they were still going to take this step. But white people are very smart. They wanted a scapegoat. They could have gone for any other educated person on the internet who they know that they can't juice out
Exactly.
words from like that. But they've seen him,
Exactly.
and they've seen that this kind of person might be looking for a way to want to favor us from the interview. So they know how to assess people a lot. They look at
Mm-hmm.
you and they can tell whether this one will spill or no. Now,
Mm-hmm.
me, I don't think that he was trying to kiss ass. I think, or for his social media traffic. I think after the whole thing happened, he now saw that he was gaining traffic. He now started dwelling on that and was doing interviews and was going on live with other people because he now saw that he's ripping from me. What I think he did was he just did that because he was seeking favors. He was seeking to be in the good books. Like, if he does that for the UK, probably whenever he needs anything, they would say, oh, this one is a truthful or good behaved Nigerian citizen, so we should single him out. If it be like that now,
Oh my
because
god.
He can
I
still get
really,
fucked.
I know you can, but he probably is not thinking as we are thinking.
Yeah.
He might just be in his own shallow thoughts, because if he had people that loved and cared for him around where he was, they would have told him that, guy, this thing you're going to say, number one, Nigerians will not take it lightly. They would have advised him, but I'm sure he doesn't have people that really like him. They should even arrest himself for helping people as accessories. I mean, no say them be accessory. Why is he letting them still come as accessory? Me, I will carry from the station. We'll go to the police because they can use it against him. They can say, "Come and be pointing the people that you think are coming as accessory." He's just spoiling the thing for him, for his own self. I mean, he says he's an
Exactly.
agent. They can tell him, okay,
Exactly.
come and finger point the people that you know you have brought. Because if you listen to that interview, the interviewer asked him, so you think they don't need the degree? He said, yes, they don't
Yeah,
need it.
they
It's
asked him.
only an accessory. So this man, he asked a simple question, like he's hitting on the nail on the head. Baba said,
Mm-hmm.
yes, they don't need the degree. Speaking for millions in a very in it's actually even very wrong, because a lot of people actually need that degree, and some people they don't die in the UK. From the UK they can go to other countries because it's easier. He says they don't need it, it's just an accessory. He even added grammar to it. It's just an accessory. Wallahi, if I was the interviewer, after the interview I'll say, please, let's go to a special room, let's have a conversation. What did you mean accessory? Nigerians abroad, like, we need to do more. We're so divided, like all over the world. It's not just even in the UK. I don't know what goes on there, but even here in Dubai, like, everybody is just in their zone. There's no unity, there's no connection whatsoever. That's why one person like this can go and spoil things for millions of people.
Crazy. It's crazy. You know what? You know what, Naima? Yeah, somebody just posted a breakdown of what it cost him or her to Japa, that's to
It's
relocate.
almost 20 million,
It's a lot.
it's plenty.
This
People
is
that
a
go
lot.
from Dubai, I was even going to just say that now. People that I know that from Dubai here, they probably have stayed in Dubai 3 4 years. They'll save like 20 million. Then they'll now use it and go, because school fees alone is up to like 15 20 m. Then talk about
Wow.
processing fee, talk about flights, talk about
Wow.
all the things you will shop before traveling. It's a lot of money. There are even people that lend that money, and when they are there and they start working, they pay back. So it's a
And this
lot.
color head said they don't need the degree. Who
They
does
don't
not need
need it. Can
20
you
million?
imagine? Even if they don't need it, it's their sweat. It's their
Exactly.
sweat. If it is easy for them or it's easy for everybody, why is he not in Nigeria? Why is he not an agent in Nigeria and be sending people there? What is he doing there?
Yeah. This guy just messed up big time. He messed up big time. And it's so annoying. What was even triggering for me was his countenance. Like when I saw
I
videos, the
saw
life he
it.
was doing, I joined it. The guy was so excited. He was so excited that he
That's
was
what I'm
getting the
saying.
attention.
He didn't do it for clout first. He just did it because he was happy to be in that space. So whatever he wants to do to just make them favor him or see his face. Last, behind closed doors, black people, we kiss white, me, not me. Well, a lot of people kiss these white people ass. A lot. If it was a black person
Exactly.
interviewing him, it probably would have been different. But because it's white people, all white people around, Oibo, they around me, they ask me question, make I dey honest. Because he feels they are Jesus, they can spot the lie in him and bring it out.
Nah,
It,
that was so disgusting.
he was just clearly kissing ass, and I don't know the people, but then it just says a lot about who we are, because despite this, he's still growing. His page is, I don't know, what is even 17K. What are you following him for exactly? People are now going to follow him. People are like, this kind of behavior shouldn't be encouraged, because if he does it and gets away with it, then other people too will do it. And if care is not taken, it keeps getting harder for the other generations, or people that even really desperately and need to leave. Things are just getting harder everywhere. Dubai is not accepting giving visas at all. The UK now, that used to allow people go with their family, now they've stopped it, and then they say that they'll start taking interviews more seriously. USF, there's no appointment till the next 2 years. Appointment date, if you check for appointment days, is 738 days. When I went
Wow.
to Italy, if you see how they stopped me in the embassy and they were questioning me for 2 hours because I'm Nigerian, because of my passport. Like, can we not just take a seat back and say and ask ourselves, like, what is the problem and how can we fix? We're really not helping matters. Anywhere we put
And
our
this
leg, if we
guy,
have not spoiled it, then we'll not rest.
yeah. And this guy does not understand the enormity of what he has done by saying what he said on that interview. What he doesn't really understand is that there's already a stigma
Hmm.
for Nigerians around the world. You're traveling, they are scrutinizing you over and over and over
Over
and
and
over.
over and
You
over
know,
again.
it's like the same level of scrutiny, the attention to details they would have on you as a Nigerian. Not to even talk of you being a black person now. It's one thing to be black, and then the other one is you being Nigerian. So you have two problems on your hands, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
those stigma, everything joins together. They are putting it heavily on you before you can even have access to a place
We are,
that
my dear.
a normal human being like you would ordinarily have.
We are the
He doesn't
ones
understand.
doing ourselves. We are the ones using our hands to pull ourselves down, because these people already had that decision and they wanted to do what they wanted to do, but then they still
Mhm.
needed a voice from our kind to confirm what it is that they are thinking and they are saying. So when they put it out there, people don't just go for the government. They say, but a Nigerian even confirmed that you guys use it as an accessory. So what
Mhm.
are you saying? So he was just the scapegoat that was there.
Exactly.
And all these people who
Exactly.
come out and put tripod and do, like, what is going on? Can you not create content about another thing? Did they spoil the thing?
Oh
Even
God.
in India, because I studied in India, and at the time I studied, it was not really saturated like that. Even with the small population that was there, crimes that Nigerians were committing. Before now, they give visa, they will interview you, call the school, do this, do that, do that. And now I heard that even the Nigerians there, they are trying to find a way to sweep every. What is our problem, to be honest? Like, what is this?
That
This hurts.
this guy needs to take a step back and focus on what gives him money to feed himself over there, other than trying to seek this five
It's
minutes
not
of
even,
fame,
it's not at this point.
self-aggrandizement.
I know that he did whatever he did. But trust me, people like him are still out there. A lot of them, the ones that won't say it but will use their hand to still spoil the country, if we are not overdoing it, if the whole Nigeria is not going to the UK, or the whole Nigeria is not setting camera to do content creation, it probably won't be this bad like this.
Man,
So we have a
hectic.
lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do as individuals and as Nigerians. Like, it, where we won't go now like this? Like, where is the next country? It's
It's
to
not
come
to
back
be schooling
now.
in your fellow African country, no.
It's to come back. I was just in Kenya last week. Oh my god, I had a great time. I keep saying yes, I love Africa. It's to come back because they've got to spoil abroad for us. Let's people come back now.
I'm telling you. Thank you so much, Naima. Thank you so much.
No
Thank you so
wahala,
much
my
for
love.
sharing.
Take
All
care of
right, let me quickly
yourself.
move on to toasting. Hi, Toasting.
Hi, good morning.
Toasting, it's
Good
morning over there.
afternoon.
So our outside is evening. How are you?
No, I'm trying to act like how the new bees like UK, Canada. Hi, good morning. My name is Tosin, and I want to tell you guys how you can migrate from Nigeria to Canada. Like when I watch those videos, yeah, I just laugh like what in the actual stuff is wrong with these people? First of all, I don't even think that guy that said that. I feel like what he did there, it was trying to get, like Naima said, it was trying to, like, oh, maybe okay, these people, maybe when I'm about to put my own papers in, maybe they would approve my stuff quickly. But trust me, Oyinbo people, they don't send your papa. Like they don't care
Someone
about
tell
you.
him.
Like they don't. you know. And also, I keep telling people, yeah, visa is a good thing, but you getting the visa is not even the big deal. It's you even surviving, then
Mm-hmm.
having your own stuff. I'm going to tell you that mostly it's not about me aiding on Nigerians or anything, but I try to run as far as possible for Nigerians.
Toasting, before you continue, I just
Tosin,
want to
God will
ask you a
bless you.
question. All
God will
right.
bless you.
Let me just ask you a question, Tosi, and this is for the benefit of just clearing the air on what that big head said, because what he said specifically was that Nigerians do not need the certificate, right? You have been in the US for the longest time, schooling and all. Can you just give a rough estimate of what it costs you to embark on this journey?
I mean, my admission then I think per year was 21,750 then. $1,000, 21,750.
Dollars.
Yes, I still have my I-20 here, sir. As a matter of fact.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello.
Wait, per year,
Per year, yeah,
$21,750.
21, 21 seven
Yes,
fifty. That's for 2 semesters though,
we can hear you.
excluding summer.
Wow.
So I mean, also let me tell you, I'm going to give you the real tea. Yeah, it's not like most Nigerians that do come here pay the full amount. There's a loophole to that, which I'm not even going to
Hmm.
go there yet because I don't know who listening to this, but just know that. But I just feel like, to even do anything in, whether it's UK, Canada, anything, if you don't have a degree, trust me, you'll just be working at McDonald's or Popeyes or Chick-fil-A, all those little restaurants. That's what you'll be doing, or just be doing normal care, CNA. That's what you'll be doing. If you don't have,
So, in
unless you
other
have a
words, you
business,
need that certificate.
yes, and quote me anywhere, you need it. And not just any certificate though. If you're not going into tech or going into medical, trust me, you're just wasting your time. I'm sorry.
Tosin, hold on, love.
Hmm.
Glory, let me talk real quickly. In case you did not know,
Hmm.
I just graduated from my master's last week. I spent comfortably $150,000 on a master's,
Huh?
and I'm a US citizen. I
Queen,
literally spent
Queen,
a hundred and
a
fifty
hundred and
thousand.
fifty thousand dollars.
I spent 150, and it's not even my money. It is basic. It is
You
loan.
see?
It
Yeah,
is
you pay
loan.
the loan back.
150K. So don't tell
Wow.
me. And why did I do that? Because I want to get ahead. So the fact that he even said it with his full chest that, oh, it's an accessory, no go better for you. And what accessory?
Wait,
Uncle
what
Tosi,
state are you in, Queen? I
girl,
need to know. What state are you in?
I'm in Maryland.
Maryland. Oh, okay. What part?
Yes.
Baltimore?
No, I'm in Prince George
Wow.
County.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Where are you?
I'm all over the place. I'm in Atlanta right now,
Oh,
but
let.
Wait,
I stay
Queen,
in
hold on
between.
a second.
Go ahead.
Wait, Queen, hold on a second because I want to rub it in properly. So, MD or whatever the F his name is saying that your 150,000 is just an accessory. You don't need it. Igbe said that you have to work and pay for.
When I tell you that they just sent me an exit counsel, which is basically you have finished school. Come and sign so you can start paying back your loans. And then to not hear
Whoa.
somebody tell me, it's an accessory. Uncle, what?
You
Maybe
see,
he doesn't understand what the shege the Americans, Nigerian and Americans. First of all, I don't deal with Nigerians and Americans. Sha. The confidence over. I don't have time. Tosin, please continue. Don't let me stop you. Continue.
that let me tell you the reason why I ran away from all these cities. You see, there are some cities. I mean, there are some states in the US that I don't see myself living, even if they dash me for free. New York, number one. I don't see myself, and
Texas.
it's not because of anything. I just try to like run away from Nigerians.
Why?
Nigerians, yeah, they don't want the best for you. They want your
Say
downfall.
some of
And
them,
some.
right? Some of them.
Majority
So,
of them, not
majority of them,
some, not some,
yeah,
majority.
majority of them, they don't. And people wonder, how to say, why you not going to African churches? Yeah, this and that. I'm like, what are they doing there? It's not because of anything, just because like the way
Yeah.
now they do ourselves. I mean, Queen is actually right. I me myself, I have about 64,000 for my masters right
Wow.
now. I got admission into UC Berkeley last year for 75,000 for my master's program, but I declined it. I went to the reason why I wanted to like choose that was to like break into like one of these MBB firms, or also maybe like one of these big fours and stuff. That was the main reason why I wanted to like get a master's. But luckily for me, like connections and stuff, I was able to get into one of the big fours, and I was like, okay, what's the point? There's no need for me to like go, pay 75K just because I want to have that master's. So why don't I just like gather my years of experience one of before and try to like merge into like the MBB companies and stuff. So yeah, you're definitely right. Like trust me, if you're not, and I'll repeat this, if you're not going to school, or maybe you are doing fraud, or maybe you are doing something, but that is not education wise, and if you're choosing career path, if you're not going into medical or anything tech, maybe you're just going to school for let's say what fine arts, all these stupid JA courses and getting loans. Trust me, you're still wasting your time.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, you were right, Queen, with what you said. And also I'm going to tell you one scenario that happened that was like 4 or 5 years ago, about a lady that just this lady, you just got back from Nigeria, and your boyfriend that is currently here, is trying to like get on his feet and stuff. And this guy has someone, he married for definitely for papers and stuff. Then this girl that just got back from that came from Nigeria, I was like, oh, this and that, he's cheating on me, blah blah blah. Can you believe this girl went ahead to report that guy to USCIS, that he was trying to like you know scam that Akata just to get papers.
Wow.
So but she shot herself because she herself, she doesn't even have papers, and she was out of status. They deported her. They deported the guy.
Wow.
So now
Wow.
we do ourselves. It's not like, oh, this and that. I hate
Wow.
it. Trust me. Like, if I see that, okay, this place. I mean, I lived in Vegas for so long, and there was a reason there because mostly there are all this like Asian, all these Mexicans and stuff like now them food there, and I like those people because those people they take themselves out like one, but we hey now we just shoot ourselves,
Hmm.
sure. So
Listen, to piggyback from what you're saying, because no, Glory, I want you to get to Nigerians that live in America. I made the greatest mistake of my life, and I said hello to one of my Nigerian neighbors. Greatest mistake of my life. When I tell you, eh, since that time, every time every time she comes to talk to me. And then I started going to her parties. Because like I just tried a little bit. When I tell you that I went to a Nigerian party, the kind gist that I got in that party, it was when the main chick and the side chick were in the same table. And I'm just sitting here like, you people live like this?
Oh my God.
I'm literally moving next week. I'm moving to a white neighborhood because they're peaceful.
go to Vegas if you really want to enjoy yourself.
No, seriously, no, because the Nigerians, I don't think you understand. The entitlement is crazy. The disrespect is crazy. Like, the backstabbing is crazy.
And it's really sad. It's really
Then you
sad
have
because
you have
what
you have men that think if their wife is successful, it's a problem. You have women that think that if their husband, it's just crazy out here.
You know what, Queen? Yeah, you know what, Queen? These are all terrible situations that these people do not understand is shedding a negative light on the other Nigerians that are actually looking forward to coming to such locations. And it's really sad because what I don't understand is you don't go to a place like that that people consider as their greener pastures and then you poop all over that green grass and then you expect that the original habitats of those places will not have a problem with it. Now there's a problem. People that are over there, what are they supposed to be doing now? They are supposed to be on their best behavior. They are supposed to try to market Nigeria in the most positive way. Nigerians, because I mean, the real Nigeria situation is out there in the media for the world to see. But then I'm talking about the people, Nigerians. They are not supposed to be demarketing Nigerians, not at this point. This is a very, very sensitive period. You know, what's it called? Our elections, wahala, it's still going on. We're on the spotlight. But this guy, I just felt like this guy had a chance, such a huge opportunity to make a difference. Instead, he went there, disgraced himself, disgraced his generation, and disgraced other innocent Nigerians, like even people like me. I'm just saying, and I'm catching stray bullets from the stupidity of one human being that's supposed to actually stand out as somebody that has sense. And it's so annoying. It is so annoying. But what I'm saying is, on this live stream, I don't want to really emphasize on the negative things that Nigerians actually, do to one another abroad. Because honestly, we can literally have like a 3 hours conversation about that topic. And I don't even want to go into the
Glory,
attitude of those ones that have returned. You see, the returnees, those
but,
ones are worse.
but
If I
glory.
give you my experience with them, oh my God, it's worse. It's worse. So I don't want to focus on those areas for this live stream. But this guy, I just felt like, nah. This week, he really put Nigeria in a bad light. Queen, you wanted to say something, please.
You see, we cannot have a conversation like this and not display the badness of Nigerians because what he just did, technically speaking, was the bad aspect of it. You literally shot a whole countries in the foot of future generations for your own selfish interest.
Hmm.
So we have to focus on it because let me say something. Being a Nigerian is exhausting to the point that if I'm going out the country now, I just use blue pea. I don't even use green anymore. I have green, no, I don't use it because the side eye they're looking at me with.
I'm
We don't
going to.
scatter everywhere.
You're so right
We
to
have
that.
scattered. We have scattered everywhere. Even my
Hmm.
name gone self. Even my name gone self. People be like, "Oh, you're Nigerian." I say, "Yeah, I'm Nigerian. 080 Nigeria for life. What's good?" And they be like, "Oh, okay," and walk away. Like it's a problem.
Crazy.
I'm going to say something about that. Like, I think we've been really profiled, and that is true. I remember last year when I was, myself, my sister, during the time that they were not giving visas to Nigerians and stuff. Eventually, my sister, my dad, and my mom, they all got what's it called? The all got visa during that period. That was back in, I think, September or so. So I flew from the state down there, and the first thing, when my mom, my sister, and my dad, they brought out their green passports, they were like, "Can you stay one side for?" I'm like, "For what though?" You know, I was like, "For what? We that's my family right there." Then they were like, "Can I have your passport, please?" Then I think when I put my hand inside my bag, the first passport that came out was my green. Then I was already like, getting that signal. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Then I was like, oh, sorry. I brought out my blue passport to them. And that was when they were like, okay, are you guys together? Are you guys? I'm like, yeah, we're together. Like, can't you see the same last name? That was how I was able to like get in with them. I'm like, why? Why though? Like anything that like there's always something wrong, you know. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, Tosin, how did you even get?" I'm like, if they had been by themselves that day, they would have been sent back.
Exactly.
You get
True.
more respect with your blue
True.
passport
Yep,
because America considers you one of their own now.
yep.
If you give them a Nigerian passport, Nigeria has put such a bad name on the map. First of all, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson just wants to make a show about Hush Puppy, one of the greatest scammers alive. What is his origin? He's a Nigerian. And that's supposed to be a good thing? It's like it's a lot. It's a lot. I feel like these days, what this is why I tell Nigerians, I love my people. I'm willing to help them. I don't want to be close to you. I'll help you from afar, but don't because it's like you don't know the intentions of people in this country abroad. Not when we're gonna talk about returnees, but abroad. And the reason why returnees, to answer your question, Glory, can do what they do is because they know that Nigerians will get away with anything. Let's not even talk about the presidency. They gave a drug lord the presidency, and we're supposed to be okay with that. The reason why foreign abroad is not
Long.
talking, no, because the reason why abroad is not talking is because they know that they're about to gain massively from Nigeria. Because if this man does not sell Nigeria, call him a bastard. Nigeria is gone. Not in a good way either.
But the surprising thing that I always say about Nigeria
Crazy.
that are, outside, we always even do better than, the people that were actually born here. And that's one thing I must commend Nigerians for. But aside that, our character.
Nigerians do well. Yeah, Tosin, what you say is right. Nigerians do well more than the people that are born here because they know that they know the struggles that they're coming from. But once they get here and they are successful, that is when you
The
cannot even be
demon.
in the same room with them. The arrogance come out.
Yep.
The disrespect come out. There's no humbleness, which is why I always say it. Nigeria is a religious country, but most of the people there are not good.
True.
out of a
I
whole
agree with
country,
you.
out of a whole country, I give 25% good. The rest of them, let me keep my words to myself because I have a lot to say.
But
I
Nigerians
agree
in
with
UK
you.
are more crazy though because I think I was in UK back in, was it 2018, 2019? I was there for like 6 months, and trust me, I was more than depressed. I was ready to like get out because those people over there, especially Nigerians, they're so mean. It's like, shall I don't tire on you?
Passive
Like you
aggression.
guys should
I've
just go
heard.
back, you know.
You
So
know what? Let me quickly allow Free to speak, and
sure.
then Catching will also speak. Hi, Free. Are you ready?
Hi, Glory. What's up? Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm
Hi,
good. You're
everybody.
welcome.
Yeah, so I saw this guy's video. I didn't actually see it in the beginning. I just saw the whole buzz around it. There was my sister around for me up to speed, and then I went to watch the interview and all of that. And I understand the frustrations where everybody was coming from. But what really pissed me off the most was when I went on TikTok and I was seeing some videos of people saying, "Oh, why are they faulting the guy? Is it not true? What he said in the video, did he lie? He did not lie. After all, said the UK government already have this data. Nothing the guy says is news to them." And I'm asking myself, if they already have all this data, why do they need you? Is that not something for you to think about? Since they already have
Exactly.
all this data anyways, why do they need to interview you? Because realistically speaking, okay, yes, they already have everything they need. They know everything they want to know. So why are they interviewing me? Especially somebody that is not like a public influencer. There are a lot of travel agents that are like influencers and all of that. They're very popular, but you're not. So why do you think they single-handedly picked you out? And you being the dummy, I'm sorry, but the thing is really pissing me off. Being the dummy that you are, you cannot even think and ask yourself like, oh my God, why me? Why out of everybody? Why is it me? I'm sure he knows people that have been doing this content creation on migration for a very, very long time. Big, big people. He knows them and he did not think to himself, oh, why can't BBC interview those people? Why didn't they reach out to those people? Why is it me that is just starting off? And then there's something he said at the beginning that these people that will just go to UK and in 1 week they'll start creating content on how to migrate. Nothing else pisses me off more than that as well. I know people that they've not even stayed up to 1 month abroad. They've not even stayed up to 1 month abroad, Glory. They've already made a YouTube channel giving you all the always travel out. And I'm like, can you just chill? How can you just go to a country? You've not even gotten your legal papers yet. You have already started exposing yourself by yourself. And you don't even don't have the
Exactly.
correct papers. You know you're not legal there. You went with maybe a work visa or a conference visa, and then you have overstayed. Why are you creating a channel telling people how to come over? I don't know, dumb. Like I don't even understand how people act because if you think about it, I've not seen other country nationals like making videos on migration. All the videos I mostly see is always about Nigerians. It's always Nigerians that make those videos. Oh, how to come to the UK. Oh, how to migrate to Canada. Oh, some of them are even sponsored content. And I'm like, why is it only Nigerians that are making this content? And most of them, they don't even have their papers yet. So why are you using your own hand by yourself to shoot yourself in the foot? That's what I will never understand. Going as far as sending him death threats, I think that is too much, if you ask me, for the people that have been doing that. I think
Did
it
they
is too
really
much.
send in death threats? Really?
I mean,
Did they
that's what the
really?
guy said. That's what the guy said. He said he has been getting death threats and people have been telling him how to migrate to Canada.
Where is Free? Oh my God, Free, please come back. You know what, Queen? I think this just boils down to what you mentioned earlier. I don't know if it was you that mentioned your Naima that said that this guy possibly wants to file for asylum, right? So coming out to claim that he's being
Hello,
sent death threats, I feel like that's actually very fishy.
hello,
Free,
can you
welcome
hear
back.
me? Hello.
Yes, welcome back. We can hear you.
Oh, sorry, my connection is bad. Yeah, so the guy said he's been getting death threats and people have been sending him death threats. I don't know if that is true, but I know how Nigerians sometimes, will go extreme, cutting him out and all of that. And I feel that's not like it's not good. Let's not cross that line. It's good to like scold him to take correction and all of that, but going as far as threatening him, sending him death threats, that is too extreme. And if he has common sense, he would know that him exposing Nigerians, he's also exposing himself. Because you're also a
Mm-hmm.
Nigerian. Are you a British citizen? You're not. So why are you acting as if you're part of them? Like the confidence is just I don't know, man. I don't even know what to use, but it's just obvious that the guy was just eager to get that 5 minutes of fame. He just wanted to be known publicly. Oh, he has been interviewed by BBC. If you leave him, he'll put it in his bio. I was once
Mm-hmm.
interviewed by BBC. He'll put in his bio. And then I went to YouTube to watch the video he put out. I couldn't even watch it to quarter. I'm telling you, because I felt everything he was doing there was so fake. He wasn't authentic, acting like, oh my God, he's so miserable. Oh my God, the last 24 hours has been hectic. I was so irritated. Like, I just left the video because he was not even being genuine. You can see that he's just lying and performing. Only for this idiot to still come on that this freezes life and then he was still boasting. And I'm like, are you confused? Why are you moving helter skelter? Like, stay one place, let's know where to throw you the slap. Because you're just jumping places. It's just weird, honestly. And I think people that also like do travel content that are abroad, they should also take this as a learning curve. like what has happened with this guy, to know that it's not every time you travel out, you've not stayed there for many weeks, you've already turned to travel agents, you're already telling people how to come and join you there, you're already giving out your Nigeria's expo. Sometimes just use your head, hide your own head inside your corner. It's not everything
Exactly.
you make content about. That's just what I feel. I hope people will really, really learn from this. I just hope so.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Free. I mean, let me just quickly say this before Catherine speaks, right? I mean, it's okay. Anybody that wants to be a content creator, it's allowed. You have that freedom of expression when it comes to social media. You want to express yourself in whatever niche you think you know how to do that best, right? However, when it comes to travel content, I think people need to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. I remember when I traveled for the first time and I put out a vlog about it. And I said that if people have questions about how I did it, they should ask me. Some people asked, but I did not do a follow up video to respond to that. And the reason I didn't do a follow up video was because I was not really sure about the process. Yes, I wasn't really sure because most of
So
the
why did you say they should
applications,
ask you in the first place?
sorry?
So why did you say they should ask you in the first place?
Yeah, I said they should ask me because in my head, the person that did all the applications for me, I was going to get all that information. I did not do all the applications myself, right? So that's why I
Okay.
said that they should ask. But then I did not get to have that conversation with the person that did all the applications for me. So I just said, okay, you know what? Let me allow it pass. The next time I travel and I do all the application by myself, I will get to give a detailed, explanation of how I did it. So that was the intention. Hence the reason I didn't put out the video. So why am I saying this? There's a lady here on YouTube that I really respect. At the time in 2019, when I was trying to process my own relocation, I I came across her video. She's in Canada. I can't remember her name at this point. So she's in Canada, and I saw that, oh, when she just started her own channel, she was putting out content about living in Canada, how to relocate to Canada. So she wasn't really getting a lot of views like that. But guess what? This lady was extremely smart. What did she do? She went and got certifications. So whatever information she wanted to put out on YouTube, she will go to the Canadian immigration of the state where she was based. She will go there, she will go and get this information. Like she's literally going to ask the officials directly, and they'll give her this information. What she does not understand, they'll break it down for her, and then she'll come and make a video about it to simplify the information that she has received from those people. And I felt like that was actually a very, very smart and professional way to do it so as not to mislead people. You understand? And also to protect herself. Because I guess at that time, I think she too, she had just relocated. And I don't know if she went, traveled together with her spouse, or maybe she went to meet her spouse. I can't remember the story because that was way back 2018. I started watching her videos towards the end of 2018 into the early year of 2019, I think. But it was about that time, same time I was processing my Canadian relocation, So I really applauded her as at that time, and her channel grew. Her channel grew. You could tell that the growth was organic, and she started having conversations with top officials in immigration in Canada. And for me, I just felt like that is actually the best way to go about it. So what I'm saying in essence is you want to put out travel content, all well and good, but when it comes to immigration matters, you need to be smart about it. And I do not think this guy was actually very smart about it. I think he just set himself up. I think he allowed himself to be used, thinking he was going to get gain favor from it, not knowing that he's actually burying himself right there and then. But that's just my frank opinion.
Very.
Yeah.
And when it also comes to content, I'm sure that there are other content creators that also do traveling content and they know better than him, but I don't think they'll be able to come out and tell him like plainly. Even before this whole interview happened, I don't think if they see a video that he did not say something the right way or he did not give the right information, they'll be able to correct him. Because as a content creator, if you see another content creator doing something wrong, it's always dicey for you to advise them, because one, they will feel like, oh, this person does not want me to grow. They might not look at it from the angle of, okay, this is a bigger content creator trying to advise me and tell me how to go about this thing. They might look at it from a point of view that, oh, you're jealous. Oh, this person does not want
Mm,
me to be as big and as famous as them. So it might be dicey for those people to also like give him advice, and people like him that don't have those right information, it might be hard for them to give him advice, because they might look at it, him and those other kind of people might look at it that, okay, this person is trying to hinder me. This person is feeling some type of way because they're also creating the same type of content. It's just like you doing
mhm,
reviews and all of that. If you see another content creator who does the same thing that you do, it's always hard for you to advise them, because you don't know how to say things that would not make them feel some type of way that, okay,
mhm.
this person wants to be the only one in the spotlight. So I also think that people should be open-minded when it comes to taking correction and asking questions. If you have questions about anything that you don't know about, make sure you ask the right sources. And if those people are
Exactly.
also giving you feedback, have an open mind. Don't always think that, oh, it's all about people trying to stop my progress. Oh, they don't want me to be like them. Have an open mind and learn from people that know better than you, especially people like the lady you talked about, who is going to the right sources to get those
Mm.
information. Always have an open mind to learn from them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Free. Thank you so much, Free. And to add to what Free said, if your mouth is too tight enough to seek, um, or if your ears are blocked to receive proper advice, do your research. Do your research. And I think research is what took that lady to that point where she's able to have direct access and direct consultations with the appropriate authorities. Honestly. Anyways, I'm
Can you
going to
share
quickly
her
move on to
handle so
Catherine.
people can go through those kind of people that are legit?
I can't remember her name. She has this native Nigerian name. So she doesn't have like a, regular English name like Glory. No. She has this native Nigerian name. I can't remember her name, but she's light in complexion, not white, but just light in complexion. If I see, I'll check for her. I think I subscribed with one of my old YouTube accounts, so I will check for her name, the channel name, and then I'll put it
Okay,
in the
all right.
description of this one. Yeah, but she has
Mm.
this proper native Nigerian name. I think she's from the south of Nigeria. I will check my old YouTube account. Anyways,
All right, no
let's move
problem.
on to
Thank you.
Catherine. All right, Free. Thank you, Free. Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Glory.
Hi, you're welcome to the
I hope,
conversation.
yeah, thank you. I hope it's not too loud. I'm actually somewhere outdoor.
Can you move away from? There's a lot of noise in your background. Can you move away from there?
Yeah, if it's too noisy, I'll probably just leave. Because I was hoping to
Okay,
speak,
you're in a
but
noisy place,
I had
right?
to step out. It's not actually
Oh.
noisy, but I'm guessing that there could be like air blowing into the.
No, I think
You
I can
get what
hear
I
you like
mean?
this. I can hear you like this
Okay,
now. Please continue.
right. So after watching that video, my reaction was sad. Like, who sends you message? Really? Eh? And for me, it just goes back to the lack of exposure. The boy is inexposed, literally speaking. That's what it is. And again, I see a guy who has probably not had a job interview before. You know, how when you're going for a job interview and they tell you you watch prep videos to go, you read up on materials to prepare you, and then there are
Mhm.
questions you are expected to answer. And I will just relate it to when you are being asked the question of why are you leaving your former job or your current job, something like that. Well, how they ask you, why did you leave your former job? You don't go about saying, oh, my manager was wicked. My manager was stupid. My manager, the company is so toxic. You get what I'm trying to say. You don't go on ranting. You find a way to package your answer and then
True.
present it in a way that, okay, they think, okay, person knows how to like communicate without um, rambling, without sounding ignorant, without, all of that. So when I watched that video, I was like, this guy has not worked in in any corporate environment before. He's so raw like that. Just came from
Mhm.
Nigeria and then found himself in the UK by whatever means. Because I'm sure that guy is not even a student. Because if you
Mhm.
actually came to the UK to study, then you wouldn't go about saying they don't need the certificates. Majority of the people who come here for study think, oh, let's just go, thinking it's the same Nigerian system where they come and go. When they get here, they realize that not be waiting we think. Oh. Then, if you were telling yourself you didn't need that certificate before, nobody will tell you because I think it was somebody that said earlier on, you have to either when you fail it, you have to rewrite. And because the visa is even there's a timeline to it. You come in within a year, you have to finish within a year. You can't even have carryovers too much like that. So the pressure is a lot. Eh? You have to like complete within your first and second semester. There's no opportunity for if I don't finish this year, I'll finish next year because they
Hmm.
withdraw your visa and write to
Wow.
the home office to say this person did not meet up with the whatever requirements. We are withdrawing their visa.
Wow.
So I don't even think that guy has any form of exposure to anything. Eh?
True.
He doesn't.
True.
And that is why when they asked him that kind of a question, he did he was a leading, Oyibo people, they are very smart. So they must have presented the question in a way that he did not expect. And then to him,
Mhm.
the most logical answer was to say this rubbish that he said.
Mhm.
Now, the following day, I saw one other video where he was on a live stream with Freeze, and then he just kept saying, "Oh, they should have even posted the entire video. I wish they posted the entire video." And my response to that was, "Hey, thank goodness they didn't post the entire video. Maybe by now, people would have sent Juju of Nigeria to you safe. You think
Mhm.
that clip? I am sure that if they posted the entire video, that guy would have said a lot more rubbish than what we actually heard."
Mhm.
And he was there saying they should have posted the entire video. I hope they will come and do right by me, clear my name up. Clear which name? Eh? Clear which name? So it's very, very embarrassing, honestly.
Very.
It's very, very,
Very.
very, very embarrassing. Um, but I have a friend who once told me the story about a particular guy. So she was also a student and then she was working within the hospital. So I think one day I don't know what happened anyway. It turned out that the guy in question, one of these fresh people in the UK, had a picture of a patient in probably a different world. I don't know, but I think he had gone somewhere else to work. And then he now came to this other world. And um, he was then with this white lady, and they were just gisting and they were talking, forgetting that there were rules regarding surrounding confidentiality and stuff
Hmm.
like that. Do you know this guy pulled out his phone? I can't remember exactly how she told me the story, but the bottom line was that he pulled out his phone and was showing this white nurse a picture of a patient from another place where he had worked previously. All in the name of, oh, we're just gisting, we're just chatting. Do you understand?
Wow.
And then so my friend was like, she was shocked, like, what the hell are you doing?
Wow.
What the hell are you doing? You take a picture of a vulnerable person and then
Wow.
you're showing them to somebody. So he already goofed. So my friend was like, okay, quickly caught eye for the guy. And then, do you know, after the nurse had left, the guy was still arguing that, but it doesn't matter now. It
Hmm.
doesn't matter that it was harmless, that the work phone, something like that, was not available. And he took the picture with his phone. He had already transferred the pictures to whoever needed them. And my babe was like, why then did you leave the picture on your phone? You have no, even if they tell you to use your phone to take those pictures, do not do it. You have a right to say, no, I cannot do it. First of all, your personal phones are not allowed in the hospital. Secondly, you do not take patients' pictures and then you keep them on your phone. That was not enough for you. You're not going to show them to implicate yourself by yourself.
Hmm.
And then bottom line, sha, the guy got into trouble, some kind of trouble. I don't think if they sacked him, but they said they had called him into a panel, blah blah blah. The story is long. It is people like this. It is this kind of
That's
people
crazy.
who are over sabi, eh? Over sabi. Gloria, I saw a post on Instagram, and somebody said this kind of guy is that kind of guy in class that would remind the lecturer, "Excuse me, sir, you have not given us homework." You know those kind of people.
The A-list student.
Eh? Excuse me, sir. You have not given us. You forgot to give us homework. Who asked you?
Huh. And that was the vibe he
Who
was
asked?
giving. He was giving the vibe of, look at
Yeah.
me, I'm one of the best of the bunch. Like when you think of Nigerians
Yes.
and Nigerians being corrupt, I'm actually one of the best out of the bunch of the corrupt. It was just
Yes.
disgusting.
Was I
It was
feel
disgusting.
so embarrassed. Eh?
Very.
So embarrassed. They are just, Queen and the rest of them have said so many things that Nigerians do abroad. You are in a new place. Number one, eh? When I first moved to the UK, back, it was as if all the English I've been learning and practicing in my life was like, so what have we been speaking? It's like a whole reorientation that has to happen. You have to sit, you have to keep quiet, listen, understand the nuances, understand the way they speak, the way they interact. It is totally different. So when you're in a place, you don't jump. If they call you for an interview of that magnitude, my brother, run, because what are you going there to say? Because you think you can set ring lights and then make videos from your room. So therefore, you are now a mouthpiece. Eh? You did
I
not
mean,
ask
for me,
questions.
Steph, I even felt like, wow, as a small creator, you had such a huge opportunity to represent Nigerians in a positive light. You had such a huge, and see, the truth is, if he had handled that interview like that Dr. Emeka did, trust
Yeah.
me, Nigerians at this time, they are looking for someone that's going to just say something positive about them, because already this whole election tribunal process that's going on, it is shedding the country
Mm,
in a bad light, right? The whole election process,
exactly.
everything is just going off. So if this guy had actually utilized this opportunity to stand and defend Nigerians who are embarking on their Japa mission. Trust
Mm,
me, that traffic he was looking for all his social media accounts, he would have still gotten it. In fact, times two. People will be saying, look at Hilda Basi. 4 days, in
mm,
4 days, I think three of our Instagram accounts, my personal one went over 1 million followers. The other one, the Kukaton account, that one went over 200,000. I mean, in 4 days. And that was because she was doing something that was making people proud, right? So if he had actually defended Nigerians, defended Nigerians' honor in that interview, trust me, the same attention he's looking for, he would have even gotten it on a more positive light. He would have even done way better. Anyways, thank you so much, Catherine, for sharing your thoughts. Let's move on to Ginika. Hi,
Hello, Glory. How are you?
I'm good. You're welcome. How are you?
Thank you so much. It's been so long. I'm
You're welcome.
fine.
You're
Okay,
welcome,
so
dear.
let me just quickly jump right into it. I don't have so much to say, right? I've
Okay.
been I've been really down for the past few days, and when I saw this guy's interview, like it made me sick to my stomach. If my nausea was like at a 5, he made it go up to 10. I literally like wanted to throw up on the guy's body, but it was not even close to me.
I can
So,
imagine.
but I'm not really going to dwell on what the guy has said. My problem is those people that are still saying, but he said the truth now. He did not lie. He did not do this. See, all of us saying the thing what's our problem right now is this wokeness in quotes, right? That's majority of our problem. when we were growing up, when we were trained, I am Igbo, so I'm going to say this in Igbo, then I'll translate. My mother used to tell me, and I'm sure that so many other people got that advice. Ịga n'iro, ize onwe gị, hazie onwe gị, package onwe gị. If you go outside, you you hide yourself, put yourself together, and close your mouth. It's not everything you go outside that you say. And that's the problem with this guy. I don't know what he was thinking, whether he was thinking that they would favor him and give him a position in parliament or give that British passport. Because the guy has just stayed in the UK for a few months. Not even, and he
Yeah.
came in as dependent, his wife's dependent. His wife is the student. So, like, I really don't understand.
Hey,
So many
God.
people that have lived there are saying that if you don't get your degree, you cannot amount to anything substantial. So why are you now going to say that Nigerians don't need the certificate? So what are they now going to use to survive if they don't get the certificate? Then these people that are saying he said the truth, he said the truth. For God's sake, if you go outside, you save yourself. Nobody is going to go outside and say, my mother's food is not sweet. You will go
Mm-hmm.
outside and say, my mother's food is the sweetest. Even if when you
Mm-hmm.
eat, you don't like it. Exactly. So all these people that are saying he said the truth, he said the truth, that's not how it works. If you are trained, you will never think like that. Or some people are trained,
Exactly.
they refuse to receive the home training. Some people, after they finish training there, they will go outside and throw the home training in the house and now go outside and do whatever they like. It doesn't work that way at all. Like yesterday, I was listening to a message from Apostle Joshua, and see, the spiritual controls the physical. There's
Mm-hmm.
one thing he said, and he said that one of the secrets of man, your secrets, don't allow anybody to hear it. Close your mouth. That's what he just kept saying. It's not everything. Even if nobody is listening to you, the birds of the air have carried it. The ears of the wall have carried it. Everything. There are forces literally moving around that are carrying things you see. If that guy understands the machinations of the devil, he would have not done that interview. Just like Catherine said, the guy is very ill exposed. Because if you are exposed, both physically and spiritually, eh, you will not go and make that kind of interview. Nobody is saying you should lie, but close your mouth. It's not everything you hear that you will say. That's the problem. And these people that are saying that he said the truth, they should listen to me. This is how, because if you apply this, your he said the truth to everything, if they apply it to their life, they're headed for destruction. It's not me that said it.
Mm-hmm.
It is in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
If everything you are going out, you're opening your mouth to say everything, you're headed for destruction. Does that guy know like how much pain he has put Nigerians in, how backwards he has set us as a country? He doesn't understand the effect of what he has done. And now he's saying they're sending him death threats. Me, I will not pray for my enemy to get death threats, but what was he expecting really?
Mm-hmm.
That people will be sending him flowers? No, no. When you do rubbish, expect rubbish in return. That's
Exactly.
how it works. So all those people that are saying he said the truth, listen and listen good. It's not everything you hear that you go and say. That's not how the world works. Open your eyes to the spiritual and understand how the devil works. Does it think that the UK they don't know all those things? They know. All they needed was a Nigerian, a person of Nigerian descent to come outside and stamp it. That's all they needed on an
Mm.
official platform. That's all
Exactly.
they needed. Oh, that was all they needed to hit the last nail in the coffin. All
Exactly.
they know. But if they stay it with their mouths, it will be like speculation or assumption. So they
True.
needed someone with Nigerian descent to put his blood on it.
An
And that's
agent for
what
that
that
matter.
guy, exactly. And that's what that guy had done. That's exactly what he had done. There's going to be a ripple effect. Glory, it is well. Thank you so much for your
Thank
platform.
you.
You're always a pleasure to listen to and to watch. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ginika. And what you said is so true. And now, yeah, another thought just occurred to me that there's a possibility that this guy does not really watch a lot of all these UK British documentaries. There's one I watched in 2018 about prostitutes in the UK. This one was about legitimized prostitutes, like people who the country recognizes as prostitutes, and I think they pay taxes or thereabout. So there was this particular man, I think he was doing an investigation. I don't know if you've come across a show like that. So the man was following some of the women about their businesses. So when they have clients, he will follow them, and he would probably hide cameras around just to protect the women. And then when they are done, they'll come out. He will ask, how was the experience? How much were you paid? What are you using the money to do? Some of the women will share their stories. They will talk about how they use the money for education, some of them for their families. There's a particular one I watched. This one was a student, a very young girl, I think about the age of 23, and she was a full-time prostitute. And she was a legal one, you know. So I've seen documentaries like that, and I noticed the way the man was interviewing these women. It was in a very, very conversational mode, similar to the one that the journalists used to interview this guy. Now, they will never insinuate anything. Instead, they will ask you the very obvious, right?
Spot
And
on, Glory.
yes, they'll ask you the
Totally spot
very
on.
obvious. You will answer. Your answer, if it's not giving them the exact phrase, the statement they want, they would rewind the question and ask again. So one of those questions they were asking the women was, so are you saying that prostitution, pays your bills? When obviously he has followed her on one of our operations to our client, too, he has seen clearly that she has been paid. But he's not using his mouth to say it. He's asking her so that she will use her mouth to say it directly so that it will be on record. So now thinking back at it, it just dawned on me that wow, this is actually a very, very interesting style, towards getting people to admit the very obvious, just for it to be on record. And that's, I mean, Ginika, you hit the nail on the head right there. Thank you so much, for stating that fact.
Thank you so much, Glory. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. We have Latricia here. Let's move on to Latricia. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Glory.
Hi, Latricia. Oh my God, it's been a while. I'm happy you're here. Welcome.
It's been a long time, and I've been meaning to come in and all that, but then it was hectic on my side. But I appreciate that you guys were pushing it, and I will watch. I will keep on
Thank
watching. I was
you.
expecting. Yes.
Thank you.
So, but over and above, Glory, after a long time, I just wanted to send my greetings to you, and this is a beautiful topic. I don't really have much to say because this is more of I'm one person that I respect. This issue is more directed to you guys, Nigerians, and all that. So I prefer that we give you that space where you will talk and pour your heart out. And I appreciate your speakers and the comments as well. I've been with you since it started, and this is a very sad story in my view. What the guy did, but I was also just going around and asking myself questions that where was the MC before he goes and speaks on behalf of Nigerians or whatever, not on behalf, but about, all those things. I was thinking of that. So, what did the ambassador say? What is the ambassador saying? I'm asking myself all those questions, but obviously, this is just a YouTube platform. Um, but then I'm not really on the side of the guy because I only watched it after seeing your advert. Then I tried to get it, but and I thought, no, this guy is throwing his own people under the bus. But over and above, I want to say this, Glory. As Africans, all of us Africans, I wish we could love our continent and realize how beautiful a continent we have, how rich we are. After that, love our countries and love our people. So,
Mm-hmm.
so that as Africa, now we're talking for our children now, Glory, because the southern part of Africa, we were just liberated not long ago. So, but as Africa, we can build something out of it and stop being intimidated or whatever by a person of a certain color. We appreciate them, white people, Indian, whatever. We are one. We are God's creation. We love them together. We can make a beautiful thing of the world or whatever. But my say is that um let's not see the other one as above the other. That's what I'm trying to say. We are all
Mm.
equal. I am the best of my best in Africa. I am the best of my best in South Africa. But yes, because of life, because of civilization, I will find myself in USA, but I'm not there permanently. I don't see USA as better than my country. I don't see France as better than my country. But I see France being better at competing against itself, and South Africa being better competing against itself. So
Awesome.
I just, yes, I just wish as Africans we could love our countries, because, for example, there was this thing that was on the media, all over the media, about the gold mafia of
Mm.
it was more of Zimbabwe. And looking at it and seeing that, I felt that, our fellow Africans, they abandoned their country. They left it because they say most of them, about, I think they said 15 million, 3 million, something like that, of them are outside the country. But then with their expertise and their intelligent education and all that, if they can come back and attack that government, that will work. They even made an example with Nigerians. They said Nigerians this year on the elections, win or lose, but they have shown the government that we will come out and we will vote and we will stand against you, whether you rig or you don't rig the elections, but we will show you that we are here and we are against you with your just switch up. And you were on the agenda on that day. And I was like, wow. And that is true because I was following you and seeing what you people were saying and all that. But if we could stand up and fight for our birthright, realize how rich we are, the minerals that we have in Africa, we are going to their countries, they come here and come and steal what we are supposed to be here and be protecting. So that's why I think, in my view, that I was also intimidated because it's a white person. One of your speakers did say the white person is saying this and what, and in UK, what is it that is so special about UK and whatever that is not special about Africa? We are equally special. We are having our problems, but we can build with the expertise that we have, the education that we have, our weaknesses. We have a weakness here, you have a strength there, then we complement each other. That's what I'm trying to say. If we can
Yeah.
come as one in Africa and build something, I don't know what it is, but something can be built out of Africa. Let us come back and be in our country and our continent and love our countries. That is all that I want to say, because I can't really say much on it because then it will be otherwise. But your speakers were good, Glory. You were also excellent. I missed you, my dear sister. And yeah, but I'm glad that I'm here today. I'll land
Thank
there for
you.
now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Latricia. That was really powerful. Guys, I just want to encourage every one of us. I know that sometimes it's not easy, right? Being in your own country, whether Nigeria or wherever, and you're not really satisfied with what's happening around you, and sometimes you're looking for a way out, and your own way of outing out of that place is just by doing anything, whatever it takes, because that's what it seems like this young man did. For him, he just needed a way out, and for him, even though it meant sacrificing the dreams of millions of Nigerians and even the future of Nigerians unborn, for him, it did not matter. For him, at that point in time in that interview, it's just to get the crumbs of bread that his hands could grab at that point in time and then make do with that to better his own chances in the UK, which is quite dumb to me. Yeah, but
Very selfish. Mm.
yeah, but despite it all, I just want to urge us all to, I think, markets positively our own countries and our Africa in general. I'll cite an example. I told you guys I traveled to Gambia recently for vacation. So the resort where I stayed, the very day I was leaving, I was lucky to see the owner of the resort. I didn't even know that that was the owner. I knew that that was the owner because I had come across a video on YouTube where the man had an interview. So the moment I saw him at the reception, I was like, oh my God, I really want to talk to this person. I didn't want to talk to the person, but then my partner was like, no, you have to go ahead, go ahead. So I asked one of the staff and they called the man. This man did not waste time in coming out to have a conversation with me. He didn't even know who I was. Guys, guess what? I'm going to do a vlog about the whole Gambian trip. I'm still working on editing it. You won't be, if you see this resort, you won't believe that it is owned by two Africans. One of them studied in Nigeria. This is in Gambia. Guys, I can't even explain this thing. When I do the video, you will see the vlog. I don't want to reveal immediately until you see the video. This man, oh my God, he's the friendliest and the most down to earth person. And all I could just say to him was, thank you for giving Africa this gift. And one thing he kept on saying, one thing he kept on emphasizing on is he and his partner, they are on a mission to make Africa the go-to resort. Like when you talk about destination places, yeah, they're on a mission to make Africa the destination place for Europe. So wherever you are in the world and you think of going on vacation, you just think about, okay, Gambia or here or there. In Gambia, they have multiple hotels, and he revealed to me that they're actually on a mission to build another one. And guys, if you see these resorts, they are beautiful. And there was one thing he actually said, which is the reason I'm actually sharing the story. One thing he said was that, okay, after he asked where I'm from, and I said, oh, I'm Nigerian, I'm from Nigeria. And then he said, can you imagine that if we actually had a genuine economic relationship, that his country would not be buying fuel from a particular European country because Nigeria has petrol. So
Yes.
when he made that statement, I'm like, oh wow, are you for real? He said yes, that there's no relationship. If there was a relationship like that. So that was a huge eye opener for me. That was a huge eye opener for me. So why am I sharing this? I'm saying that Africans, we owe it to ourselves to elevate one another. There's no point trying to buy face or buy favor with anybody else simply because you think your life will be better afterwards. At the end of the day, I've said this before on my channel, at the end of the day, you will still come back to your home. I've heard the story of someone that has lived all his life in the UK and then he had this heart disease. He knew he was going to die. What did he instruct his wife and family? He said, please, when I die, take me back to Ghana, my hometown, and bury me in my hometown. And he kept money. He said, even if I die, even if whatever, here is money I have kept. Put me on a plane and take me back to Ghana. And he was fortunate that his family actually did that for him. The thing is, wherever you are, whatever you think you're doing as an African, as a Black person, and this is not me trying to water down the existence of white people. No, that's not the point of this conversation at all. I'm saying that do not downgrade your home because you think there's better out there. At the end of the day, you will still find yourself coming back. You will always
Exactly.
find yourself coming back. Yeah, you will
Home
always
remains
find yourself
home.
coming
Home is home. I
Exactly.
always say when people stay a long time, I mean, say forever in other countries, not visiting. Some are working, we understand. But
Mhm,
my belief is that I need to, when I get leave, I come home. When I come home, that is an opportunity for my kids to know that they are South Africans, to know the South African things, and to know what is happening. You know that thing, to have that Africanism in them. They must know that they don't
mhm,
belong there. They must not think that
mhm,
it is better there. They must know that it is
mhm,
best at home, no matter what. So that is the
mhm,
other thing. We tend to take these people and make them higher. No, we can work with them, trade with them and everything, but they must know that Africa is untouchable. They must know that when
mhm,
Africans, when they are together, they are untouchable. Yes, they did what they did to us. They stole from us a lot. We are still fighting that. in South Africa, but we are saying let us try and you know that pan Africanism thing that if you are a
Yes,
black man you must know that you are African. We must try and raise that and not to work against each other. Don't
exactly.
I must not come to
Exactly.
Nigeria to come and destroy Nigerians. I must not go to Ghana to destroy Ghanaians. I must not go to Ethiopia. No, no. I must go there and learn from them what we don't have, and after that, and come and embrace my country and also apply my teaching of what where I come from.
Exactly.
Same applies to other crisscross. You understand? We teach each
Exactly.
other about and protect each other. More especially we are abroad when we are not in Africa. We must learn to I appreciate and try and protect each other. But what is happening now? It's a mess. It's not only for you guys, also with us. It's a problem when the people are at that side. Some don't want to come back. There are problems. When there are problems, when they are arrested, then it's a problem. That's why they remember that they are South Africans. That's when they remember that they are from Africa. They
Hmm.
start raising issues of racism and whatever. But you know that you went to that country and messed up yourself. You get that. So, but if we can start seeing ourselves as the gold of the world, and which are as the richest continent, of which we are, as the biggest continent in terms of number of countries, which we still are, and we will always be, just like they did with the African League when they fought for us to have more countries competing for the World Cup because we are the largest in terms of the number of countries competing in the FIFA. You get that? So it's very sad to hear that, Lori. But for now, let me land there and get off the stage.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Latricia. Thank you so much. You have been missed on this channel. I'm glad you're back. Thank you so much. Anyways, guys, this is where we're going to call it a day. Thank you all so much for your contributions. And apologies for some of the words I used, but guys, I just needed to vent. I just needed to vent. Yeah. But really, thank you all so much. And yes, I have gone ahead to check the name of that lady's channel that I talked about. The channel name is Canada Info Hub. Yeah, she didn't name the channel after her name. She named it after that. So if you are looking for content about Canada, how to relocate, go ahead and check her out. It's been years I watched any of her videos. Yeah, last time I watched her videos was in 2019, and the content was really great. I want to believe that the content will still be great. I don't know now, but yeah, I hope you get information if you're looking for any about relocation to Canada over there. But overall, thank you all so much. And I just hope that we learn from this, okay? And this goes to myself as well. I hope we learn from this. Some of the takeaways for me is I think we should learn to listen before we talk. I don't think that young man actually listened attentively to the questions he was asked before he answered. Because if he had listened, he would have probably, quickly thought of a more positive way to answer. I don't know, anyways, whatever. His intentions might be mixed with how he, offered that interview. I don't know, whatever. But I'm just saying that we should learn to listen before we talk. We should also learn to understand the question before we answer. In conversations like that with, high authorities, with officials, I think we should also learn how to impact a positive message other than just unnecessarily demarketing our country. It is not fair to other people that have dreams that they want to live. It's not also fair to our unborn kids. It's not fair to our dreams. It is not fair. That is a rip off on people's sweat, on people's blood, on people's toils. So whatever his name is, MD or wherever, if he did it intentionally or not, I hope that he learns from this. And I hope that he does not do it again. Because if he does it again, me, I will still do another live stream or another video, and I will drag more than I said today. It is not acceptable. It is not in its place. Nigerians have suffered a lot on the international front. As we speak, Nigerians are still being stigmatized at different airports around the world, at different countries, at different borders. So it is not in its place to add pepper to the injury. There's enough that we are facing, that we're going through out there. So it is not in his place to want to come and add more. And if God wants to really deal with him, Shibi, they said he went to the UK as a dependent, Abi, riding on his wife's own visa. Let us see whether he's going to become a citizen after this 1 year. Because it's very, very dumb. That was just a very, very dumb approach, to trying to fast track his citizenship application or whatever he's trying to do. But I'm just saying that for those of us that actually know better, please let's thread with caution. Let's thread with caution. We've heard from other people that have been there for the longest time, and they said that these authorities do not do things sentimentally. They do things based on merit, not sentimentally. So if this guy, MD or whatever, believes that granting that interview and throwing all Nigerians under the bus is going to give him favor, then he just might be in for a big joke. Anyways, guys, that's all for this particular episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Thank you all so much for watching. Nigerian Idols is going to be airing tomorrow. As usual, I will put out a review of tomorrow night's performance on Monday morning. This week, we're going to start with our reviews of Young, Famous, and African. All right. So yeah, let's keep in touch. All right. Okay, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and have an amazing evening. Bye.